welcome to Living Vicariously Through Yourself. For those of you who didn't catch my very interesting promo for this season, if you're listening in your ear right now, I have such great news for you. This season, I'll have the podcast and a video version that you can watch too. So you can tune in on your favorite podcast platform or hang out with me on video on YouTube. And yes, we still haven't figured out the mic sitch, so here I am with my pal Mini Mike. Yep. Well, friends, if we're meeting again or if it's your very first time hanging out with me, I'm so excited you're here today, and I feel like a recap is in order, yeah? What on earth is living vicariously through yourself? We can live vicariously through others, but what is living vicariously through ourselves? Well, you're so in luck because I'm about to tell you. It's essentially the act and art of living as the best version of yourself today. That means you get to decide who you want to be and the life you want to live and start living as that person today so that the life you want to live comes into being. Manifestation is an art, and this is also an art we play a super active role in, and it is so much more attainable than we think. Let me repeat for those in the back. The life of your dreams and being the person you want to be is so much more attainable than people make it seem. And there's only one person who can help you become the best version of yourself and live the life of your dreams. Do you want to guess who that person is? I'll give you a hint. It's not me, friend. Yes, it's you. You hold the key to living the life of your dreams. You hold the key to becoming the person you want to be. How? Well, it's actually really simple. We're only a few minutes in, and already I'm just going to tell you the secret to all of this. If you listen to nothing else I ever say, totally fine. Also, never tune into another episode. This is all you need to know. If you want to be something, anything, just start being it and you will be that thing. If you want to be a runner, if you start running, you're a runner. If you do it with consistency, you really can claim that title for yourself. If I want to be a writer, if I'm actively writing, then I'm a writer. Now, some things do take a little more time, right? So if I want to be an, astronaut? No, I don't. Heights. There have been a lot of random spaceships launching, and no, not for me. But if that's your dream, great. And if you wanted to be an astronaut, then studying to become one counts. You are becoming who you want to be. Of course, we need to take action. So the point is that we're actively becoming something. It takes action. And if I'm acting like the best version of myself, considering WWJD, if anyone remembers What Would Jesus Do from Sunday school, we now have What Would Julie Do, as the best version of myself, put it in your own words or letters, and basing my decisions and actions on that, then I am actively acting as and becoming the best version of myself who is working on my dreams. Yeah? If you want to be someone who eats healthier, you can make decisions to do that starting now. If you want to become an artist, you can start learning how right now. Wow, welcome to my poetry reading. Learn how now. If you want to speak Francais like I really do, and yes, I talk about it a lot in season 1, and I don't claim to be perfect over here. So yes, I do not yet speak French, but I am a work in progress. We are a work in progress. Okay, so practically, where on earth do you start with this? Well, friends, I had a great professor in college whose name I honestly cannot remember, and I feel really bad about that, and I'm going to try and figure it out because I use this example literally all the time, and I want to give her credit. My radiator is acting up. I hope you can't hear it. But I studied in college to be a high school teacher, and one of the teachers who taught us how to teach gave us a ball, and she said, throw it at the target. Thankfully, no one threw it at each other, and there were no injuries or broken windows, but there were balls everywhere. Balls to the wall, which is an aviation term, so don't at me on here. And yes, this is an example that is one of my favorites, and I do use it on episode 1 of season 1 also. Repetition, you'll remember this now. It's a great teaching tool. But where do you think the balls ended up? Did they hit the target? Target, you gotta love Target. Anyway, we still don't know. Why? Because we never established a target. If you go throughout your life without a target, without goals, without thinking of and imagining the amazing life you're going to live and the person you want to become, do you think you're going to end up living that life or becoming that person? We got real deep real fast in here, but we start by living the life of our dreams and becoming the best versions of ourselves by deciding what those are. What is the life of your dreams? What does the best version of yourself look like? You're in luck if you haven't thought about this for a season, or for a year, or for the entirety of the pandemic, or for 10 years. There's no judgment here, safe space, we're all friends, except my cat is judging me right now. She's always judging me. She keeps me humble. The best way to think about the life of your dreams you want and the person you want to be is to visualize those things without judgment of yourself by yourself. Don't judge yourself. We support ourselves here, and I support you here. Safe space. Let's create it for each other and for ourselves. I won't go super into visualization here because I already did in season 1, episode 1. And if you need to take a moment and meditate on the visual, feel free to please pause me here and go listen to season 1, episode 1 of the show. It will help you decide what to even pursue and will tailor those fabulous glass slippers you're creating or cool men's shoes because I don't know menswear super well. And I remember only like Sperry's from SoCal. I don't know if that really has a glass slipper vibe there, but you do you. Whoever you are, heels, whatever, great. I'm thinking of JVN. And create the shoes you're going to fill so that when I talk about pursuing the things you want and becoming the person you want to be, you can envision what those things look like in action. So pause me. I'll wait. Something else I learned in teaching school. Wouldn't that be so great if, because I'm on video now too, I could just pick up a book and read here while I imagine you're visualizing, just flipping through pages. All right, welcome back, or if you never left, great. Hi. A question I see a lot about totally going for your dreams is, what if I'm too busy right now? This is something that, by the way, produced a season a whole year after the first season of this podcast. I didn't take a hiatus of a season for a quarter, like 3 months. I took like 7 months because I did have a lot of life changes occur at once. And sometimes you need that. You absolutely need a rest sometimes, but as things leveled out a bit, I also stopped writing and recording this podcast from its place a habit in my life because I was busy, or I said to myself I was busy, even actually after I stopped being actually busy. But then it just wasn't a habit anymore, and I didn't integrate it into my weekly life. So there's 2 things I want to pull from that using my formation of better habits to help us all. One is that busyness stops us from pursuing our dreams. And the second is the habits we create in our lives make a difference. So how we take care of both in order to keep working toward our dreams and goals without stalling them in order to work on quote unquote more important things. Does that sound like you? It sure sounds a lot like me. Again, imperfect human here. But let's look at that, busyness and habits. How do we overcome them? Okay, so let's start with busyness. If you were to consider your dreams that you have and you look at how you're spending your time now, are you putting your time and effort into making those dreams a reality? Most people actually answer no to this. You know why? Because most people haven't even taken a moment out of their busyness to even think about that question and question the very busyness that keeps them from considering it. Is your mind blown? Because mine is over here, and I do it often too. Okay, so when you're looking at how you allocate the time in your day, your week, and your weekends, and your months, what are you doing now to move the needle on your dreams? If nothing, it's okay. We're going to change that. If we don't plan, we plan to fail. So let's look at next week for you. What things do you have going on in the coming week? If you look at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, any day, let's take a look at your next week. What things do you have to get done? Work or school also counts. So let's look at your free time. How are you spending it? Is there any fluffy time in there? Like, hello, Bridgerton season 2 is out and it was so great. But things like that. Are we watching an episode a night or like 4? I'm preaching to myself here. Okay, do you have your fluff time we can adjust? Great. Now, I'm going to let you in on a pretty cool secret. You don't have to give up watching Netflix if you don't want to do that. Here's why. Think of a goal you want to achieve that you get closer, that will get you closer to your dreams. Maybe your dream is getting in shape, so maybe you want to feel comfortable and feel like you're rocking and you want to work out thrice a week. If you want to work out and still watch Netflix, that sounds like you simply can't do both, but to be happy, you got to make room for both, right? So, yes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use habits and a concept called habit stacking. I've been reading Atomic Habit for months. It can be a little dry, but it's great. Sorry, book club, as we keep pushing it back, but Atomic Habits by James Clear. And in that book, Mr. Clear makes everything clear and explains that you can associate a habit you already do and want to do with another habit you need to do. So if you want to watch Netflix, you can either only watch your Netflix show at the gym or on your Peloton if you're cool like that, or you can use it as a reward for going to the gym. If I finish work, that's my cue to head straight to the gym, and after I get to head straight home and watch another episode of Queer Eye or whatever. Stack your habits with things you already do, like brushing your teeth, with habits you need to do, like flossing. Do you like my visuals if you're tuning in via video? So you're flossing. Maybe you want to read a chapter of your favorite book after you floss. Really weird how floss made it in there. I would also be the person to record on video and have my teeth, have something in it the whole time. I did that in an interview for my current role at work. It was spinach. Spinach was the culprit. Yep, overcome your obstacles. Anyway, back on track. If you feel like you're too busy, let's look at that free time you have. How do you use it? Can you use it more in moderation? Can we squeeze in an episode of your favorite show with a session at the gym instead of using those 2 hours for 2 episodes? Or you can just watch one at the gym too. Or you feel like you don't have the time, then let's see what you can genuinely give up that isn't getting you closer to your dreams. That's the filter you can look through. If there's something in your life preventing you from getting closer to your dreams, or even worse, pulling you from your dreams and setting you back even further, it's time to reevaluate how you use that time. Can you use it more wisely? I promise it'll be so worth it. So, what is one thing you're going to try and add this week, or stack onto another habit this week? Now, here's an interesting dichotomy. We often are afraid of both failure and success, so much so that we don't pursue doing the things we want to do. I have podcast episodes in season 1 also, if you want to go listen on that, episodes 4 and 5. Something else we don't love as humans, we don't like being bad at things. I'm admittedly a goober and I don't mind making a complete fool of myself, hence some of the stories that weave their way into the show for your entertainment after they weave their way into my teeth. Spinach. Anyway, we don't always like being bad at something, and when we start something new, chances are we might not be the best at it. In fact, it's pretty rare that we're any form of good at new things. So, how do we improve? We keep trying, we keep going back, we keep learning, and someday you'll be an expert too. But all the experts in the world were once beginners. Thomas Edison found 1,000 ways to not create a light bulb until he discovered the one way to do it and make ring lights. We're going to suck before we rock, so let's suck together with a purpose. Please don't quote me on that out of context, thanks. Cool. To summarize this far, living vicariously through yourself is the act and art of living as the best version of yourself today, and thus working toward being that person and living the life of your dreams. In order to do that work, you need a target and a goal. You will need to visualize and discover what the best version of yourself looks like and decide what the life you want to live looks like. Who will you have to be to live that life? Bonus for you. Number 3, we often don't pursue the life of our dreams or the person we want to become because we let busyness and our habits get in the way of our success. But luckily, number 4, we can remove the things from our schedules that are just busy work or detract from the life we're trying to build, and we can build on the habits we already have established in order to introduce even better ones into our lives that will become habit and become who we are once we do them enough. Number 5, when we're starting something new, even if it's working toward our dream of dreams, we can stop or not even start because we're afraid of failure or success. We just have to remember that in the case of failure, if we're failing, it means we're trying, and no expert starts as an expert. We're all noobs somewhere. Now, I want to spend a little more time on the fear of success. You may not know that you have a fear of success. Again, I do a whole episode on that one. You're welcome to tune into, but just let me say, you are worthy of the things you want in your life. There is nothing too ridiculous in your dreams for others to get to judge or ridicule you about. Your dreams are in your mind. The people who help you achieve them won't be the people who judge you for having them. And those supporters of your dreams will be the people who will help them come true because they will cheer you along and not judge, but will applaud you for the changes you undergo in who you are in order to live the life of your dreams and be the best person you can be. They will be your rock until you rock at something new. And you know what else is so great? When you become the best version of yourself, sure, you're changing, but you're actually becoming the truest version of yourself. You are becoming more true to yourself when you pursue the life you want. You are becoming more you. You're building and keeping beautiful promises to yourself. And when you do that, you will fill your cup in a way that overflows to be able to help others see that their dreams are possible for them too, and that they can live as the truest expression of themselves because you're doing it. And they know that they can be loved for the deepest depth of who they are. If you don't do it for you, and I hope you'll live the life of your dreams for you, do it for those you love. Because this world needs more people who will go for their dreams and be their most authentic selves so others can see it's possible too, and start going for their dreams and taking up space with the fullness of who they are. What an amazing world that would be. And you can make a difference and start to make it happen by giving thought and effort to pursuing your own dreams. When you become the best version of yourself, sure, you're changing, but you're actually becoming the truest version of yourself. We double copied something into our script, so we're just going to let it flow for a moment, but look at my dress. Isn't this fun? Vintage. Yep. Okay. Unique vintage. Great. LA store, also online. I was explaining to my dad on the phone today what someone who is wooey would be like. And I feel like he'd be like, so that a piece of your speech you just gave there, it's an example. Anyway, changing the world starts with us. Okay, so we introduced some filters we can recap. Number 1, sepia. Just kidding. But Insta in the early days, I tell you. And yes, we have a gram at Vicarious Podcast or at Julie Bethany if you want to see my cat more. Okay, rule number 1. When you're looking at an action you're going to take, filtering it through asking if the person you're becoming, aka the best version of yourself, would approach something will help you decide what to do. And number 2, you can apply that to your schedule too. It's helpful to think about if something is going to get you closer to or further from your dreams or distract you from pursuing your dreams before you agree to participate or keep participating. Great. Well, we stacked a lot of info into episode 1 and our second season here, but key takeaway that is actionable is to decide what the life of your dreams looks like, who you need and want to become to achieve that, and then put one habit into your calendar next week. and you can even build on another habit to do it. Easy peasy. I hope you enjoyed today as much as me, and I hope you'll join me in the next episode where we'll talk about glimmers, which are the opposite of triggers. Intrigued? I was too when I discovered the concept, and I can't wait to share it with you. All right, friend, with many episodes left to go this season, I do still take episode requests at juliebethany.com. So I'd love to hear from you if there's a particular topic you have that you would love to hear about. One of my favorites from last season was from a pal, Olive, and became How to Turn Jealousy into Something Good. So this show is for you. So let me know how I can best serve you by serving you great episodes on the topics you want to hear about. I'll see you soon, probably in leggings. You've been warned. This was a cute dress, but yeah, we'll see what happens throughout the season. Bye. Have a great week doing your thing that will get you one step closer to the life of your dreams. Go and make me proud, but most importantly, go and make yourself proud. Bye for now. She was napping, so she's going to be so happy that we woke up for this. Yeah, but you're always napping. And my neighbors upstairs are having a party. Yes. Hey. Yeah. They have like elephant feet, friends. Yes. Oh, back to bed. All right.